my meeting. I understand. You're not going to move those tables.
By the way, welcome to Washington, D.C.
All right, that was the scene in the halls of the Senate office building yesterday as Tea Party members tried having a meeting with lawmakers about the nation's debt nightmare. But when Capitol Police started removing microphones and locking doors, my next guest had had enough. Republican Senator Mike Lee, exactly who shut down that meeting, Senator?
Well, it was the staff of the Senate Rules Committee purporting to act under the authority of the Senate Rules Committee and of the chairman of that committee, Senator Schumer. But I spoke with Senator Schumer just a little while ago, and just as I suspected, he knew nothing about this going on. So they were, in my opinion, acting arbitrarily
wait a minute,
and capriciously.
do you believe that? I mean, do you believe that he knew nothing about it?
Well, he told me that. That's what I suspected, and I take him at his word.
All right,
but
well, I can tell you that I'm 175 pounds if you want to, whatever. All right, so let me ask you this. I've seen large sessions in Senate hallways that spill out the diamonds, microphones, cameras, and all that. Why or what made this different?
Well, they claimed that this had been converted into a simulated hearing, or that it had become too political for reasons that they refused or unable to explain to me. I explained to them that this was not a hearing. This was a meeting that I had convened. I had agreed to meet with a number of hardworking taxpayers from around the country who had come up with some ideas for deficit reduction. And about an hour before the meeting started, my staff was informed bluntly by the staff of the Senate Rules Committee that this meeting was going to be shut down.
Where was it? Where were you meeting? It looks like it almost looks like a hallway, or no? What was it?
It was the largest conference room in the Senate Russell office building. That's where we were. We ended up having to move the meeting off-site so that we wouldn't have any further interruption or harassment by the Senate Rules Committee staff. And when I asked them what we could do to make this consistent with what they wanted, they couldn't answer the question. When I asked them what Senate rule we had violated, they said, you can't have simulated hearings. And I said, it's not a hearing. This is a meeting that I've agreed to convene. I asked them where the point of demarcation between a simulated hearing and a meeting that I convened was. They said that's in the eye of the beholder.
Well, who's the beholder? This is a democratic institution now because they have the slight edge there. So is it the Democrats who decide?
Well, I informed them that because I was the only senator in the room and I was the senator who convened the meeting and had reserved the room, that should be up to me to decide. They disagreed. So I took the meeting off-site. The important point here is this message isn't going to go away. Messages like those that these people had to come and express their concerns about the debt are not going away. They can't squelch them just because they push us off campus. But this was wrong, and this was a problem.
But next time, I know you're not too far from there. There's a very big Olive Garden, Senator. You could fit all of them in. It's a very family-sized Olive Garden. We'll see how it happens. Senator, be well.
Thank you very much.
All right, we have a lot more after this, some updates that might surprise you. Stick around.